Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll see a now healthy Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers as they square off against the #1 pick, Kyler Murray, and the Arizona Cardinals. I'll talk to you again at halftime, but for the call of this one, let's send it out to our EA Sports broadcast team. It's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, we are in the Valley of the Sun. Few places in the country as picturesque as the desert Southwest. And we've got a good one on tap here at State Farm Stadium in Glendale. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel. And the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And Charles, we've got two NFC West teams here. Your assessment of the state of the division coming into 2019, is it the Rams to lose?
We saw the changing of the guard with the Rams taking over from Seattle a couple of seasons ago. But Seattle got back in the game pretty fast, didn't they? You remember preseason last year? It was doom and gloom. Ended up in the playoffs. Arizona, they're kind of hitting the reset button. It's San Francisco to keep your eye on. With good health, good drafts, they could be the team that can really contend.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Arizona Cardinals at 3-3-1 as they bring out their offense here, led by Kyler Murray. And they've gotten to 3-3-1 with 3 consecutive victories. And you think about the game last week, it was the battle of the top 2 rookie quarterbacks taken in this year's draft when the Cardinals squared off against the Giants. Neither had a particularly good game throwing the ball, but it was Murray and company who came out with the victory, Charles.
Not a great day to throw the ball either. Driving rain in the New York, New Jersey metropolitan area throughout. But the stats tell one story, but there's a hidden story. 14 of 21, 104 yards, no touchdowns, but 0 interceptions, 0 fumbles. I think where Kyler Murray continues to grow is how he takes care of the football, doesn't put his team in any adverse situations, and that's helped them win those last 3 games.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. On 2nd down, here's Murray. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. Well, we know that Murray can run the football. He rushed for 1,000 yards during his final year at Oklahoma, better than 7 yards per carry. And Cliff Kingsbury says, I trust him running the football. This is a guy that has known his quarterback since 2012 when Murray was a sophomore in high school. Kingsbury was in the OC at Texas A&M. He would go on to take the Texas Tech job, but the two maintained a great relationship. Both are from Texas, both quarterbacks, and both with fathers heavily involved in their football careers. With Cliff Kingsbury, he trusts his quarterback implicitly. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. The 49ers have Richie James back deep. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
In his own end zone, it's Garoppolo. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away, because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. This is taken at the 18. Cardinals coming back out here on offense, and we referenced earlier where they sit right now at 3-3-1 with those back-to-back-to-back wins. Now the question, Charles, look, they're still in the rear of the NFC West with that record, but did they have any shot at making the playoffs?
I don't see how. I really don't. I think the division is just too strong. San Francisco off to the great start. Seattle, always difficult to deal with. And the Rams look like they're starting to get back to being the Rams that we saw last season. So, can they? Of course. It's the NFL. Will they? I tend to doubt it. And, you know, I've been wrong plenty of times before, and they could prove me that way. But I don't see how in their division. If they were in another division, I'd give them a much better chance, because some of those divisions, they'd be near the top at 3-3-1.
Well, one thing that's not working in their favor is what's coming up on the schedule. 3 of their next 4 on the road at New Orleans, home for the Niners. Then they go to Tampa Bay and to San Francisco. Throwing is Murray on third down. Complete. It's Johnson. Busts through the tackle.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Here's Andy Lee now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
So they wound up passing on a long field goal try, but that works out for them really well. That one's down inside the 5-yard line.
And it's risky, because your punter, if he puts it in the end zone, the net result not worth it, but there, I think worth it. San Francisco, here comes their offense back onto the field. This is a Niners team, Charles, still undefeated. 6-0. They got the road win at Washington in very sloppy conditions last week, 9-0. All 9 points came via the right foot of Robbie Gould.
And that was actually good for San Francisco, because even while they've been undefeated, they've had a few bumps in the road when trying to kick field goals and extra points. So that had to feel good for them, especially, as you described it, in the sloppy conditions in our nation's capital. So that was a big, big deal. But that defense, boy, they get better each and every week, don't they? Pitching a shutout, they probably flew themselves back to San Francisco without a plane, feeling that good.
And now for the next 5 at home for the Niners. Carolina week 8, then they go to Arizona, and then coming home for 3 straight against Seattle, Arizona, and Green Bay.
And a game ball for you, sir, similar to what Kyle Shanahan gave his dad after the big win over Washington, the team that his dad formerly coached.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
13.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Here we go. 180!
Get ready!
11.
Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
43 to the mic. 43. Check. 43.
Hey, tight down. There you go.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. He'll buy some time right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30.
Let's go, fellas.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside 30, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Garoppolo. They'll roll him out right. And his throw is incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And now it's 3rd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Snap comes at 1. Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Last year's NFL leader in field goal percentage, Robbie Gould, on for the Niners field goal. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they will jump out in front here with a very unusual scoreline of 3-2. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. He finds an opening past the 40. Touchdown, Cardinals! David Johnson, 73 yards. And the Cardinals have retaken the lead. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And this is good, and it makes it a 9-3 ball game. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Offense.
And that'll set them back 5.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Let's
Still
go.
first down.
Here we go. Here
The
we go. Here we go.
49er offense set to get this drive underway. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT. In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now, second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Levine Toilolo, the tight end, is intended target, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. It's caught by Coleman, and he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And it is incomplete. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. From 19 yards away. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Little loft on that touchdown pass and sort of dropped it in the breadbasket perfectly.
Right in the bucket, and when you're coming out of college and you're a rookie in the NFL, sometimes you forget about the different types of throws you have to make. You just rely on your fastball and throw it as hard as you can all the time. But in this situation, he understood and threw it in a spot where only his receiver was going to get it and no one else. That was pretty.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. And the lead is now 13. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Garoppolo now. Well, Pettis is quickly becoming the #1 receiving option for Jimmy Garoppolo. Into last year, John Lynch said that they loved the way he closed the season, really came on late. Remember, this is a guy that they traded up to get at number 44 back in 2018 out of the University of Washington. Flush to his right. He's got the first down and more past midfield. 49er fans likely holding their breath watching Garoppolo scramble, but that time it pays off. He's in one piece, and he's got the first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Chandler Jones able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Flushed out right. And now Garoppolo lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
All right, partner, this is where I get to show my age. Because I remember when the strip sack kind of came into vogue, where defenders were taught not just to make the tackle, but do that little extra, try and jostle the arm of the runner and knock it free. And that's what we just saw there.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot, and that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. First down, Murray. And he finds Fitzgerald. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Murray. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Back in the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Clay, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to look at Charles Davis every game, you'd think every day was Halloween. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you got to expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Jimmy Garoppolo and his offense heading back on the field. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. They go play action here on first down. And that's complete to Sanders. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. So quickly all the way up at the line.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Garoppolo. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Chandler Jones in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far.
Here we go.
It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays. Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Don't say nothing.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Corey Peters slipping in and getting the sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Cards will take over 1st and 10. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Check, walk 54, walk 54.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Well, the Cardinals last year, of course, struggled 3-13, but 2 of their 3 wins came against these 49ers. In fact, the Cardinals have beaten the Niners 8 consecutive times. Last time San Fran beat Arizona was 2014. And remember, these are clubs that meet twice a year. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Murray's throw on target to Christian Kirk. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Christian Kirk, 44 yards. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
The Cardinal offense not going anywhere. They'll stay out and go for 2.
Coming after you.
They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Corey Peters in there to drop him, and that is the 7th time tonight that he has gone down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Hey, orbit.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. This one complete to Coleman. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 27 yards there, a first down. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Here we go. 120.
Here we go.
On first down, Garoppolo completes it to Coleman. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Here we go. 180.
Garoppolo, 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%. And it's 1st and 10. To throw is Garoppolo. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Oh, Patrick Peterson, the shutdown corner, was there on the coverage.
Here we go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
12, fellas. Here we go.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Garoppolo now, 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Being chased out left. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Get ready.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this one? Both of these guys running the ball well.
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. Garoppolo looks to throw, escaping the pressure right.
Holding offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
12, fellas, here we go. 12, 12.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Here we go, D. All day, D.
Hey, alert! Alert! Alert!
Now Garoppolo. The Sanders has got it complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 22 yards there, a 1st down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Looking to throw, Garoppolo to the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was hoping to get that one to Tevin Coleman in space, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Garoppolo again. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. From 6 yards away. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like... Yeah, you know.
Doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And he's got it. That makes our score now 22-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. Down to the 7-yard line. Big run here in the 4th as they continue to wear down this defense.
And that's when the offensive line coach clicks onto the headset and says, head coach, offense coordinator, let my guys fire out and hit people. We're wearing them down. Let's finish them off with the running game.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Here's Murray. And the catch made by Johnson. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Back to throw it, Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So Jimmy Garoppolo and the offense down by 15. 1:39 to go. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Wait, 80! You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this?
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Corey Peters, his 2nd sack of the night. Garoppolo hustling him back to the line now.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Kittle last year, what a season. 1,377 receiving yards, an NFL record for tight ends en route to his first Pro Bowl. Not bad for the former 5th-round pick. As you remember that game, December against Denver, he had that monster first half, 210 yards. Did not have a single catch in the second half, but still those 210 yards were just 4 yards shy of Shannon Sharp's single-game record for a tight end. Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And I think you'd have to label this an upset. Yes, they were at home, but still an upset. They got the job done.
Yeah, even being at home was not enough for people to think they were going to pull this one off. But give them credit for playing not just a smart football game, but one where they were going to be physical about the whole thing. They put up their fists and said, let's fight, and showed their crowd that they were into this one.
And then that's the thing, the crowd responded. They were really good in this game.
Yeah, they were not going to be pushed around. They were not going to be intimidated. They refused to back down and came away with a victory.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Cardinals as we say so long from Glendale. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Cardinals taking over, and they do so behind the #1 overall pick of the draft. That's Kyler Murray out of Oklahoma. Rare talent indeed. First man to be drafted in the top 10 of 2 sports, baseball being the other. He's got his work cut out for him. The Cardinals trying to rebound from a 3-13 campaign. This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. And here are the offensive starters for Arizona.
We're all looking forward to watching David Johnson bounce back from a rough season in 2018 because we know he has 2,000-yard potential. 1,000 on the ground, 1,000 in the air. And with a new offensive-minded coach in Arizona, look for his numbers to truly increase in 2019.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one a first down pickup of 8. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. Shreds the tackle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That goes for 14 yards, first down Cardinals. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. The throw over the middle taken in, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. The first down carry here for Johnson, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline as a play caller. You're filing that rush coming, and he's taken down.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
Takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Over the middle, complete. That's Bird. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one goes for 36 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Back in Arizona, 2nd quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it 2nd down and 12. On 2nd and 12, Murray to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. This now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. This will be caught at about the 5. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
So now here are the 49ers under 3rd-year coach Kyle Shanahan. They'll be led out by their quarterback standing at 6'2" from Eastern Illinois. It's Jimmy Garoppolo.
And the first possession isn't until the 2nd quarter, but what's nice about it, It's only down 3. So what you sell your team on is, look, one possession, one drive, we put it in the end zone. We're in the lead in this game. Let's go, guys.
Here we go, here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 21. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to... Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
Here we go.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. Flush to his right. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Tremaine Brock. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. After the turnover, here's Murray. He gets this one to Johnson. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Set to take over again here on offense, Jimmy G and the 49ers. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Deontay Thompson, the rookie from Bama.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Murray now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Well, earlier, Charles, we looked at some of the Week 8 games that were intriguing. How about some Week 8 games where you've got a team that really, really needs a win? And I was thinking about the Chargers at Chicago and Cleveland at New England. You feel like the Chargers and Cleveland need to find a way to get a victory.
I think you're exactly right, and the Chargers' chances are really slipping away. Chicago, I would throw in there as well at 3-3 and struggling on offense. They say they know they need to run the ball more.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Now Andy Lee will come on to punt this one away. Waiting on it will be Richie James. And taken right on the 30. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's complete to Sanders. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's good for 28 yards.
Here we go.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to look at Charles Davis every game, you'd think every day was Halloween. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome, everyone, to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Now they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
Here we go.
Throwing again on second down. Garoppolo. This one complete to Coleman.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and long. Goodwin able to haul it in. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
Here we go. 65.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Here we go.
23 yards on the play.
Here we go.
I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off on the corner, Tremaine Brock. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. That goes for 14 yards, first down Cardinals.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On second down now, it's Johnson, and he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the fourth. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Buda Baker with a pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 11. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. And an alley to run. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a 1st down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
12 yards to pick up, good enough for an Arizona 1st. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. Touchdown, Cardinals! David Johnson, 44 yards. And the Cardinals push further out in front. The Cardinal offense not going anywhere. They'll stay out and go for 2.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Garoppolo and the Niners now. Down by 2 touchdowns. A minute 50 to play. They've yet to dent the scoreboard tonight. Now they've got to do it twice late if they want a chance here. Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down. Rodney Gunter in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. To try again after the sack. Garoppolo. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Terrell Suggs, one of the best in the business at finding the QB, gets home there. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. you're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be intercepted. The All-Pro corner, Patrick Peterson. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the 1st down carry. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Johnson again. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough. But, yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Cardinals. Glendale.